What's up, everyone?
Hope you're doing good.
Hope you're doing good. So, we are back with another crazy competition, right? And I hope that you're enjoying this series. And just tell me whether you want to have more of this. Okay, so what is the question at our hands? Well, it is a robot moves in a plane starting from the original point, that is 0, 0. The robot can move up, down, left, and right with a given step. Replace the position as follows. So if I say up 5, down 3, left, and right, so like that. The number after the direction of step. Please write the program to complete the distance from the current position after the sequence of the steps. Okay, so a robot will start from 0, 0. It will move, and I need to give it the direction to where to move. And finally, I need to calculate the distance between its original point and the point where it is right now. Okay, so that seems to be a pretty good one. Okay, so they are saying to round the number into the nearest integer, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, so they are saying if the distance is floor, then point it to the nearest integer. For now, we won't be doing that. And the output should be 2, so probably it will be some 2 points, something like that. Okay, so that wouldn't matter. We can assume that it's that, and they are saying, and now the question says, then make it graphical using turtle. Now this is the change that I have made to this question. Like, this is the only question that I have taken out from some other place, because the rest of the question that you see that I can just see here, that is creating custom generator as well as the friend suggestion algorithm. Those were my pretty own question. So this is not my own question, but yeah, I have added this part. So make it graphical using turtle. So that is what we'll be doing here. What is this, Shubham? Why so many commenting? Well, this is the entire code that we need to do this. The reason why I didn't write the code, the reason why I'm not writing the code right in front of you is because of the fact that this is quite big, and as you can see, it's like almost 56 lines, and there will be some trial and error, so it can very easily stretch up to 30 minutes. I don't want to waste that much time of yours, so without wasting any much time, let's just get into and start uncommenting the things. And as and when I'm uncommenting things, I will be telling you what and why I have done this specific thing. Okay, so we are on the first part, and that is what are we importing. Well, we are importing 3 modules. One is turtle, as the question says, or rather as my part of the question says. Then we are importing math, why I'll just tell you, and then we are importing random. Okay, well, why random? Let's just see. Okay, because well, in the question there's nothing for random, and then I'm just initializing a variable called as mover, and I'm initializing that with a turtle. Then I'm saying that the pen size should be 3, and then I'm having a bunch of colors. Why? I'll just tell you in a while. And I'm just initiating the position of this mover at 0, 0, and then I'm saying loop is equal to ru. Why? Because we have a while loop here. Then I'm saying this exit word and the allowed word. Now this is pretty interesting one, and that is because of the fact, like, when I was playing around with this, I eventually said, like, in the beginning I said to say quit, that you will be seeing it. Okay, so yeah, like at the end I said exit to quit. So the thing was, sometimes I used to write exit, sometimes I used to write quit, and it was only working on exit. So I was very frustrated with it. What I did was, I created an exit word so that I can type anything with, I can type just anything from this entire list and it should work. And then these are the allowed words, so up, down, left, right, plus these are the allowed words that will help us to check whether a correct input has been given or not. So now I'm just initiating my while loop, and let's see the first 2 lines. Okay, so I'm saying move color, move without color, random choices. Now this is because I want the turtle to move along the screen, and not just in any way. I want it to move in a specific way that I'm saying it to, and so that there's no such confusion at what was there before and after. So I just given it a bunch of colors, so its colors just keep on changing. And this is the list of, I guess, 7 elements. And what is this corrected words? Well, maybe that is not required for now. Okay, so I'm saying why not corrected words? What does that mean? Like, let's just see. Okay, I'm taking in a user input. I'm saying user input, user move. So it's an input into the action or exit to quit, and then I'm lowering it, and then I'm just lowering everything. And I'm saying user move is in allowed, then I should say true. Otherwise, I should say this. Okay, and so if the person says word that is in this list, that is allowed words, that means that word is actually something that we can use in a code. So we should exit out the loop and should not ask for the input again. But in a case when the user doesn't quite enter the things which is allowed, so I should prompt the user saying that please enter a valid command to execute, and then it will ask for the for another one. Okay, so that's it. So like now you know why I had my corrected words here, because I'm just initiating this to be false in the beginning. Okay, now I'm saying if user move in exit word. So I'm saying if the user move is in exit word, all that I want to do is, so that is mover pen size, I want to have it a little thicker, because if you remember, I just initiated at 3. Now I'm saying it to get 5, and I'm saying mover's color, that is my turtle color, to turn on to black, because I don't have black in here. So black will be the only color from the endpoint to the starting point. So that will be the only thing that the mover will have, or rather that is the distance that we want to calculate, of course in pixels. And then I'm saying that to set the position of the mover, so this is a function inside a turtle class which is called as setPos. So this sets the position, and I'm setting it to 0 0, and then I'm saying loop equals false, because if you remember, I've started with a loop equals true, and then I've said while loop equals false, and then break. Now of course if I'm just writing this, this is not required, or if I'm just writing this is not, but just in case something happens, I don't know why I wrote this, I was just out of my mind, so I wrote that. Okay, so now I'm on my else statement. Like till here it was just to check whether a correct input has been given, and along with the correct input, whether has that person said to exit. Now in case it is not, now we are coming actually to the meat. It is, I guess the phrase is flesh and meat of the program, right? So this is a flesh and meat of the program. Now after asking in which direction does he want to move, I'm asking in how much do you move in that user move direction. So how much does that person want to move in the user move direction? So I'm saying, okay, so convert that to an integer, because of course it will be a string if I just take the input, so I won't be able to do any calculations with it. So I'm saying in case the person says to move left, then print moving left, and probably this should be M. Okay, and maybe I need not even print the statement. Okay, yeah. So I'm just saying if that person says to go left, then mover position 0. Now what is move position? Mover position. Well, this is which I have initiated at 0. Okay, so the total is starting at 0 0. And I'm saying to have the first one, because if you remember the coordinates, it is an x and y. So I'm saying my x coordinate, because I'm moving in left direction, so I'm saying my x coordinate to be reduced by how much the user wants to move. And same way I'm saying I'm just incrementing the x position when the user wants to say that I want to move in right. Now when the user wants to move up, I'm just incrementing it in the positive y direction, and when the user wants to move down, I'm incrementing it in the negative y direction, or in other words, I'm decrementing it in the positive y direction. Hope that made any sense. I mean that I'm just reducing from the second value, that is the y value. Okay. And then I have the movers or set position, because after everything has been done, so either this or this or this or this. Now if you remember that there's no such else, because there can't be any other else, because of the fact that I'm saying if user move in allowed words, and these are the only allowed words, so we won't be getting any word which is not allowed, so no else is required. And I'm saying then just set the user's position to this state. Okay, so now the mover will be on 0 and 1, and then I'm saying finally calculate its distance. So this is the step that is to calculate the distance, right? So this is actually calculating the distance. How? Well, if you know how to calculate the distance, well, you have the x position, you have the y position. It will be simply square root of x square plus y square. How? How did I just arrive on that? Well, you can use simple Pythagoras theorem. Now, what does Pythagoras theorem say? Inside any right angle triangle, what I have is the hypotenuse square is equal to the perpendicular square plus the base square. Now, how did I make a right angle triangle in this case? Well, if I have my x and the y position, so that is somewhere you can think that you can just think like how much do I need to move in X to go there, and then how much do I need to go in Y, and then that should form a sort of a rectangle with my X and Y coordinate and the origin, as well as the corresponding X and the Y positions. And to calculate the diagonal, I just need one set square plus another set square's square root. I hope that I was not too complicated. Okay, and then I can just write the formula, right? So I can just write, so that is the formula, and what I'm doing is I'm removing the square because C is the distance that I want to calculate, and I am calculating the square root of this entire thing. So I'm taking this to the power of 1 by 2. Now if you didn't already know, taking to the power of 1 by 2 takes the square root of that. Okay, so that's how, like, this is how I'm calculating it, and then I'm printing it onto the screen that the final distance is these many distances. Now as the question says, I need not convert into integer. Like in my case I am not. You can definitely come in here and say that this is the case, or maybe we can just have it with this, because that will obviously satisfy the question completely, but that's not required, and neither will I be having it. Okay, so the final distance is this along with the trailing period. Okay, so let's just run this and see whether it's working. Of course it will be. So I can just open and run. Few seconds for it to load all the libraries and open the command prompt. So here's my command prompt, and yeah, here's my turtle, right? So I can just extend it right there, and I can keep its position here. So let's say I want to move right by 100. Did you just see that it actually moved 100 right when we are saying it? So I want to move up by 200, 0, and my X is something. So let us see, like, this should obviously give me an integer. So I can just say exit, and this will just join that. Okay, so it exited without us giving us a chance to see. That's so bad. Okay, so the thing is that I didn't just say it at turtle or done, so that's why I just closed that. That's my mistake. Let's just do that once again. Okay, and then when I finally say exit, my goodness, it's still exiting it. Okay, so I just figured out a hack. I just stopped it for some time. So now obviously I won't be writing it for that long. So I'm stopping it for 5 seconds. Let's just see whether it's working. Now if I say exit, it says the final distance is 141 point this thing, and it will obviously exit out after 5 seconds. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Maybe we can just wait for it to exit. Is 5 seconds that long? Really? How much did I say it to be? That's 5 seconds. That's 5 seconds, right? 5 seconds so long. Oh my goodness. I'm on a spaceship. Okay, so that's it. I just closed that. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know what happened. Okay. So I frankly don't. So well, for this one, I hope that you like this one, and this was pretty graphical as well. So yes, of course you can show it to someone. You can just play around with it, change your colors, change the roll size, and if you know about turtle, well, make crazy shapes with it. So yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and bye bye. Like if you want, dislike if you want. That's totally in your will. So that's it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Bye bye.